Okay, perfect. Edith, you're welcome. Yeah, okay. So we can start, and I'm sharing this one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, technology. Yeah, so as I was saying, if you've followed the conversation that we've been having on WhatsApp, um, basically the diary of an ambitious woman, and being ambitious means different things. So we'll see as we like have this conversation, what it means and what it means to each one of us. So I felt like we just need to have these conversations because oftentimes it's something like a paid workshop and you just have one day to talk about it and it's like not enough. So I feel it's something that we need to continuously talk about. So that's that. And yeah, welcome to the Diary of an Ambitious Woman by Growth with Me. So basically, this is a community that I just put together where women are committed to just growing into the best version of ourselves. Personally, I just believe like women should support women, like in everything. Like we just need to support one another because um like the pie is so big. The food is so much in the world that we can always support one another. And being ambitious is not about chasing a certain version of what we think or chasing someone else's dreams, but it's just about you, whether you're focused on your career, your business, your education, your family, whatever it is, your personal growth, your journey is just unique and you just have to pursue it according to what you believe in. That's what I think. So, yeah, about me, I think everyone here, we sort of know each other here and there. But basically, I'm Manzwei. If we haven't met, I'm a biomedical engineer, healthcare manager, I'm an entrepreneur, skincare coach, life coach, and so many more. But then at the core of my being, I just want to have conversations with fellow ladies because I feel like for a long time we haven't had conversations and sharing what can help us grow. So if we can just like do that, starting small and growing and becoming people that touch the lives of other people in our community, whether it's church, family, then I think we'll be better together. Yeah, so basically, what I'm thinking we can do and what I've planned is that um, in the month of July, week one, we talk about mindset, and most of the reflections, daily reflections, were about mindset. Then week two, purpose. Week three, career and business. Week four, confidence. And then in August, I think we just have like conversations, weekly conversations, and then later on, I'm looking at bringing like different people, not necessarily famous people like amongst us, because I feel like each one has a story to tell and they're doing something within their space. Even if they feel like it's not big, it's not grand, it's still something, and we can learn from one another. So yeah, today we're already on 8. I'll share the others that I didn't share today on the group. Yeah, so basically that's that. So before we begin, you can answer these questions in your journal, but you can take a screen grab if you want um, to answer these questions. So just answer them honestly to yourself. What has been holding me back lately? So those are things that, like, you want to do certain things, but they've just been holding you back. And then what dream have I been postponing? You know, those things that you're just like, one day, like, okay, when I finish school, when I do this, like you've just been postponing certain dreams. So what's that dream or dreams? then what would my life look like if fear wasn't making my decisions? So if you're not fearful, what is it something that you can do? What's that one thing? What would your life look like if you're not scared? You're not scared of failing, you're not scared of losing money. Like, what would you do? What would your life look like? So write those answers down. And then at the end of today's session, I hope you just see things differently. And you might not have answers uh, to these questions now, but I hope it's something that you can continue to look at. Yeah. Okay. So, mindset. Everyone talks about mindset. Like, literally everywhere I've heard people talking about mindset. Just change your mindset, change your mindset. But what is it really? Well, it's a collection of beliefs that you hold about yourself and your potential. So, what you think, whether it's your fears, where you put your faith in, that's your mindset. So, it influences your decisions that you make, your confidence, your habits, your relationships, literally, whether it's romantic or non-romantic relationships, it affects them because at a certain point you realize that certain things keep recurring. Like, it's a continuous cycle, it's not changing. So it's connected to those beliefs that you hold about yourself. Also, your career, the things that you don't want to pursue, the things you want to pursue, your finances, your purpose. So, in essence, your life grows to the level of your mindset. So, if your mindset is a certain way, um, that's where your life will grow to. And this is very important. Yeah. So, in terms of mindset, um, your brain can actually change. Your brain is not rigid, that it cannot change. Your brain can actually change. So, let's talk about our brains. This is probably the only slide where you see a number of things, but our brains are made up of neurons. I think we have an idea about that. So these are basically connected. They're connected, and every time you do something, like every time you start a new habit or you do something daily, those connections keep on strengthening. So they become stronger and stronger and stronger. So these are neural pathways. Basically, they are like roads that connect everything, that carry information, your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors, all these, they pass through the neural pathways. So every time you think a thought, you make a decision, or you repeat an action or a habit, these neural pathways again become stronger. And the pathways you use most often are the ones that the brain takes as default. So basically, every time that you're doing something, your brain is understanding, oh, this is what we do. So in essence, your brain doesn't even know what is true or what is false. It just follows what you actually do every day. So if you're doing the wrong thing every day and your brain just says, oh, okay, this is it, this is what we do. So your brain's remarkable ability to create, strengthen, reorganize these neural pathways throughout life is called neuroplasticity. So meaning that these can change. Yeah. So in essence, what that means is that your mindset is not fixed. If you were born with a certain mindset or you grew up in a certain place that gave you a certain mindset, it doesn't mean it cannot be fixed. It cannot change. It can change as you go through life, as you experience different things and as you do different things. So by intentionally choosing healthier thoughts, building positive habits, taking consistent action, all these, you can literally just strengthen new neural pathways that support everything you need, your confidence, resilience, discipline, everything. So every positive choice you make is literally helping rewire your brain for growth, like every day. So that is what neuroplasticity is all about. Yeah. So since we can change our minds from neuroplasticity and we can do all this, it means, as I said before, our mindset can shift. So, in essence, if it can shift, then there are things that we can do to change ourselves. So, let's just look at those mind shifts that we can actually do. So, mind shift, mindset shift number one, you don't need permission to start. Literally. So many women are spending years like waiting for approval. You're waiting for confidence, like, one day I'm going to be confident. And when I'm confident, I'm going to do ABCD. When I have money, I'm going to do this. When I get approval, when people start liking me, I'm going to do this. Just different things that people are waiting to do, especially women. And I think because in maybe that's just the way we are made. But as women, we usually don't like to take risks. You know, we think twice. We think, what will people say? How people look at me? You know, Balambo na shani. Forgive me for my bembe, but bazano na bunch. You know, things like that. But on the other side, with the other gender, they usually just jump into things. So you need to remember that you don't need permission. Like, not everyone will like you. You won't always have the resources. Um, like, you won't always, you don't start with confidence. You just start doing it. You just jump into it, and everything else follows. So, actually, no one is coming to hand you permission, literally, and that's just the truth. So, you're the one who decides what to do without confidence, without permission, without approval. And once you have that approval, that's when you start seeing things change. So you don't need permission to start, just start. That's mindset shift number one. Number two, confidence comes after action. Most people believe that first you have confidence and then you have actions. Like, let's say you want to start a business or you want to go into certain rooms, right? Most people feel like, I wish I had that confidence to go. But the truth is, anyone will tell you, anyone who's been working um, for a long time, everyone who's had opportunities, you don't wait. You just jump into it. Whilst you're shivering, you're shaking. If you're going to ask for a job, you go to that company, you just knock and say, hi, I have these qualifications, I can do this and that. Um, what opportunities do you have? Where can I start? And to be honest, I've had situations like that whereby you just do a cold call on people and say, I can do this. Um, do you have a position? Or, you know, and people will be surprised. Okay, this person actually had the confidence to come in, and they try to see what they can give you. Sometimes they don't have opportunities then, but then when there's an opportunity, you're the first person that people think of. You know, that's with jobs. With business, when it comes to business, you have a lot of failures. Every entrepreneur that I know, including myself, we failed. You fail. So when you make that action, you have experience, and it's that experience that actually gives you confidence. So if you are waiting for confidence, it will not happen. It comes from action. If you're someone who's maybe content creation, you just start. it all comes as you have experience. So every person um was inexperienced when they started. They just decided to start. So just think, what small action can you take this week? It doesn't have to be grand, it doesn't have to be big, just a small step. If you sing or you have talent for singing at church, don't wait until you feel confident. Just try to sing in front of people and see how that works. Or maybe you want to speak publicly, take up an opportunity, you know, and as you move, you end up having that confidence. So, action, experience, and confidence. Mindset shift number 3, comparison is expensive. To be honest, comparison is something that is literally killing everyone. And social media has brought people so much close, so close that we're always comparing our lives, you know? You maybe you've just completed your university or you haven't even started and you're seeing other people your age, they're buying Fortuners, they're buying Mahilux, they're traveling, they're doing this, and then you're comparing, ish, like it feels like I'm not doing anything, like it seems it's not making sense. But the truth is everyone posts their joys, they post their successes. Not a lot of people actually share the struggles that they've had. So it's very easy to compare someone else's chapter 20 to your chapter 2 without knowing that you're actually in different phases of life. And comparison is very, very dangerous because it steals your joy, it steals your confidence, it steals your creativity, your peace, your opportunities, and it just removes your focus from focusing on your own journey to just focusing at what you don't have because someone else has. So we really need to change how we think. If someone else is doing well, they have a family, maybe they are getting married and you wanted to get married, you just need to focus on your own journey. Yeah. So celebrate others, but then stay committed to writing your own story. Number 4, your pace is still progress. So again, back to social media. It has convinced us that success should happen overnight. You find people be telling you, no, I started this business and now I'm making 7 figures. Others, you're seeing them having good jobs, having families, like so much is happening. And it looks like it's just a, an overnight success. But the truth is, real growth is slow. Most times you can't even see like where you're moving, where you're going, where your next step is. You cannot see. But growth is always there. It's slow, just like trees grow slowly. Businesses, they they're not always growing like we want them to grow. Even confidence grows slowly, healing, you know. So don't quit because your progress isn't dramatic. It's not like fast forward. So just continue on your journey and consistency is what matters more than speed. To be honest, just like I said, like when we talked about neuroplasticity, when it comes to your brain, you need to be doing something consistently because your brain doesn't know what's true or like what's real. It just focuses on what you're consistently doing. So if you're doing the same thing every day, your brain will understand, say, oh, okay, this is the way of life. This is what we're doing. This is our default. And speed doesn't really matter in the long run. So mindset shift number 5, discipline beats motivation. So the truth is motivation can come and go. There can always be someone to motivate you every day. But if you're not disciplined, there's nothing that you're going to do. So when it comes to being successful and being ambitious, you won't always feel motivated. If you've run a business, you know that it's not every day that you feel like doing it. Other days, it's just you're not feeling it. But at the end of it all, feelings are not what are important. Feelings don't take you anywhere. It's discipline that you have to say, okay, I said that I'm going to start a business. I've started. So every day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do this. I said that I'm going to work on my school. Every day you're studying. I said I'm going to look for a job. Every day you're working at it. Everything that you're doing, or you have your friendship, every day you're pouring into it to make sure that it's growing. So you simply need to honor the promises that you make to yourself. Have you ever had someone, whether it's a friend or a boyfriend or whatever, who doesn't keep promises to you? How does this feel? Like, how does it feel? It literally feels like that person is conning you. Like, ish, this person doesn't keep their promises. But now reverse it to yourself. Every time that you plan to do something and you don't do it, you're breaking a promise that you're thinking, that you've made to yourself. So think about yourself as being a separate person and you're looking at them. And then you've made a promise to yourself, but every day you're breaking that promise you've made to yourself. Obviously, the other you would be disappointed because, I mean, you're not doing what you said you would do. So every day that we wake up, we need to keep the promises that we've made to ourselves. And that is very, very, very important. Mindset shift number 6. Small habits create big lives. Small habits create big lives. So, for example, if you've planned to do something like, okay, you've got a vision and you want things to change in like, I don't know how many months. Every day you need to do something. You need to do just 1%, whether it's reading pages, saving a small amount, walking. So when it comes to reading, maybe you said, okay, this year I'm going to read like 5 books. So for you to read 5 books in a year, obviously you need to be reading something every day. So you need to make sure that every day you're reading something, even if it's a small number of pages. If you've decided, okay, I'm going to save for something big, whether you're maybe traveling or maybe you want to invest in your business, you want to do something, you need to make sure that you're putting aside a small amount every time until you reach your goal, whether it's for business, whatever you've planned, your school or anything. If it's exercising, you've planned that, okay, I'm going to be exercising. It means that every day you need to do something small, whether it's walking, whether it's stretching, anything. And all that, they end up becoming a big thing at the end of it all. If you've planned, okay, I'm going to be journaling this year. This year, the plan is to journal and I'm just going to be writing my thoughts. Every day, you journal your thoughts, at least, even if it's half a page, even if it's just writing, today is the day that the Lord has made. Just writing that, it adds up. Praying, even praying is a habit. In the morning or in the evenings, in the afternoons, you just say a prayer and you see that your life will change. Drinking more water, everything is related. Just 1% every day. Even if you're not feeling it, you just do something. So small habits become your lifestyle. Again, I'll keep on referring to what I said before. Um, for those who are not around, about how the brain can change and the power of neuroplasticity. That everything that you do every day, it adds up because it strengthens that neural pathway in the brain, and it says this is what we do, this is who we are every day. Yeah. So um that's that's that. Mindset shift number 7: rest is part of growth. I think this is a big thing, and I saw in the group everyone was talking about how it just people feel guilty, like we feel guilty when we rest, you know, like every time you're seated, you're just thinking, I need to be productive, I need to do something. But the truth is, you don't always need to be productive, really. Like when it's time to be productive, you're productive. When it's time to rest, you rest. So rest is not quitting, it's preparation. Your mind also needs recovery. Your body needs recovery. Your emotions need recovery. And you cannot pour from an empty cup. I think one of these days I'm going to talk about cycle syncing. So basically what is that as women we've got a different cycle from men. For men, their energies are high in the morning and it goes down as the sun goes down. But for women, your cycle is in 4 stages or in 4 parts. And so at each and every stage, whether you are in your ovulatory, whatever it is, your energies are different. So if your energies are different, it means that you cannot do the same thing. You cannot have the amount of energy the whole month. No, the whole 28 days. You need to know that when you're having uh, your PM, your premenstrual syndrome, is it symptoms? PMS, your energy is low. You need to rest. And afterwards, your energy peaks, your estrogen is high, everything becomes high. You need to make plans, you're ready for new growth, you're ready to do certain projects. So you have to follow that. So resting just helps you prepare. Like, okay, let's now rest, let's energize, let's pour into ourselves so that we are able to pour from a full cup. And again, rest is productive when it prepares you to keep going. So please don't feel guilty. So that is on our 7 shifts in terms of our mindset. And if you connect it, it's related to what we're talking about throughout the week. So decisions, 7 decisions. So choose to stop waiting. Like you're going to wait your whole life if you continue waiting. Um, Sometimes your circumstances won't change overnight. You won't have a 1 million to start your business. You won't have everything in control. Um, your life will not always be stable in all areas. So sometimes your family life is not great. Sometimes your finances are not great. Sometimes you're burnt out at work. Sometimes your school is taking up. There's so much that is literally happening. So if you wait, nothing is going to ever happen. And again, most times we wait simply because we're just scared. It's we're just scared of starting. We're scared of failing. And so we're just waiting for things that are not even going to ever happen. So stop waiting. Next thing that you should choose to do is to act before you feel confident. This one, just act. Don't overthink it, just act. You'll figure it out later. You'll swim when you get on the river. Focus on your own journey. Your journey is unique. It's not going to be like other people. So just focus on your own journey. That's all. Celebrate slow progress. Any progress is progress. Learn to celebrate it. If something happens, celebrate it. And you're going to be more motivated to move on. Develop small daily habits. It's just small, small, small things. You're not going to suddenly have your confidence. You're not going to suddenly become good at exercising. You're not going to suddenly be following your skincare routine. You're not going to be good at your courses suddenly. So just develop small daily habits. In terms of developing small daily habits, another trick that you can use is to combine what you always do with new things. So it's called habit stacking. So let's say you want to start exercising, right? And then you know that you're going to bath. Like come rain, come sunshine, you're going to bath. So what do? You start exercising just before you bath. So your brain will say, oh, okay, when it's time to bath, we exercise first. It's going to understand that. If you want to develop a skincare routine, for example, you start, you know that you're going to brush your teeth in the morning, come rain, come sunshine, and you're probably going to brush your teeth twice in a day. So you wash your face just before you brush your teeth. So your brain is going to associate that action with something that you're going to do. Or if you know that, if you like watching Korean dramas like me, you know that, okay, you're going to watch a Korean drama. So, whilst you're watching a Korean drama, you stretch, you know, or you respond to people's messages. If you're someone who's an out of mind, out of sight, or out of sight, out of mind person, if you're going to watch something, as you're going to start doing it, text people, hey, how are you doing? Just wanted to check up on you. That's all. Then rest without guilt. So today, choose to rest without guilt. You're not going to achieve 1,000 things just because you're working every day, every living day of your life. So rest. And once it's time to be productive, put in your energy. So small decisions repeated consistently create extraordinary lives. So it's not about um, the speed, it's just about the things you do consistently. So this is a challenge that you can do. I love challenges. So um, you can try this, read something for 10 minutes. Just try it for a week or try it for a day and see how it works. Journal for 5 minutes. Take one courageous step. I don't know what courageous step you've been wanting to take, but try it. And then say one positive affirmation. The important things about affirmations is that the things you say. So when you say something, even if it's not reality, even if it's not like real, your brain just takes it. Like, oh, okay, okay. So the same feeling that you have when you experience something and when you think about it, they're the same. The brain interprets it as the same. So if you're going to say, I'm confident, I'm loved, what else? What else do people say? I'm the woman of my dreams, I'm the love of my life. Just say it every day, and it's just going to change how your brain is wired. Yeah, and celebrate one small win just this week. Even if it's something small, you planted something and something has come out, celebrate it and try to repeat this and see how your it begins um, to change your thinking. So before I give final thoughts, does anyone want to ask or say something? I don't think I can see you if you raise your hand, so just you can unmute and say what you want to say. Hello? You can be talking to yourself this whole time.
I think there are no questions. Maybe you can carry on.
Ah, okay. I'm saying hi.
Hi, Manzai.
Yeah. So basically, growth isn't about becoming someone else. Um, it's just about becoming the better version of you. That's just the truth. It's just about becoming the better version of you that you yourself have thought about. So it's not something becoming uh, Anastasia, Jay, or anyone else. It's just about you. And ambition is not just about careers and jobs. I know this is something that this is a misconception that people have that when it comes to ambition, it just, you know, like, oh, being a woman in the boardroom or speaking on the international scene, it's great, but your success and your idea of success looks different from other people. Sometimes when I get with other ladies, I like to just ask, like what do you like? What's your successful day? Like, if you're to wake up and you feel successful, what does that look like to you? And I've had different thoughts, different opinions from different people. Others have said, no, I want to just wake up on a farm and I'm just making sourdough. I'm making like flour from scratch, milking cows, and I have children running around, you know. Others are like, I just want to wake up in Dubai and I'm looking out from the window and I'm just looking at the city. Others have said just different things. And it's just amazing that people have got different dreams. So being ambitious is just being someone that is focused on what they want, on what they see as success. It doesn't have to be the same as everyone else. It doesn't have to be what society thinks that your life should be like. It's just about becoming you. And it just starts at the end of it all with how you view your mind and your mindset. So yeah, I hope today's conversation um, reminded you that your greatest investment will always be the woman that you're becoming. And yeah, it depends on your choices. So let's continue the conversations. As I said before, um, this month, yes, there's a challenge of the everyday reflections, but August will be more of just like having the conversations. And then at some point, I would want to just have a one-on-one chat with one person and we're talking with the rest of everyone because I know people have got different ideas, how they view things, and it will be good to hear how others are doing. Yeah. So thank you so much. Let's connect. Let's stay in touch. Yeah, that's it from me. Can I stop the recording?
Yeah, I think you can stop the recording. Thank you so much, Manzai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for joining. I know today was a holiday, but if we didn't do this, we're not going to start it. So just starting it. Yeah. Thank you for joining. Thank you for taking your time. Have a good evening.
You're welcome. Have a good evening too, and good evening to everyone.
Thank you. Bye.